It finally happened. After years of delays, conspiracy theories, and legal stonewalling, the dam has broken. We're talking about the single largest release of documents in the Jeffrey Epstein saga ever. We aren't talking about a few hundred pages like the 2024 Maxwell unsealing. We're talking about 3.5 million pages, thousands of videos, tens of thousands of images. This is the result of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed into law in late 2025, forcing the Department of Justice to empty the vault by early 2026. The deadline hit this past Friday, and the internet broke. We have new emails from Elon Musk. We have bizarre, never-before-seen photos of Prince Andrew. We have unverified FBI tips about Donald Trump that the DOJ felt the need to issue a warning about. We have the body double decoy trick used at the jail. And we have the desperate final emails sent days before Epstein's death. But here's the million-dollar question. Does this massive data dump actually give us the list? Or is it a 3 million-page haystack designed to hide the needles? Strap in. We are going through the files, the names, and the lies. This is the deep dive into the 2026 Epstein release. First, you need to understand why this is happening now. In late 2025, pressure reached a boiling point. Congress passed the Transparency Act, and President Trump signed it. The mandate was clear: release everything related to the Epstein investigation unless it endangers a victim. The DOJ waited until the very last second. On Friday, January 30th, 2026, they dropped the files. But they didn't just drop them, they attached a massive disclaimer. This is critical. The Department of Justice explicitly stated that this dump includes raw tips sent to the FBI. That means if a random person sent a fake letter to the FBI in 2020 claiming they saw a celebrity on the island, that letter is in these files, regardless of whether it's true. They even issued a specific statement about President Trump, saying some documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims submitted right before the 2020 election. This is the government effectively saying, here's the trash we collected, don't believe everything you read. However, buried among the trash are verified, authenticated emails and photos that the powerful people involved never wanted you to see. Let's start with the royals. If Prince Andrew thought his settlement with Virginia Giuffre was the end of it, he was wrong. The new files contain hundreds of mentions of the Duke and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. But it's the photos that are shocking. The DOJ released images found in the investigation that appear to show Andrew inside Epstein's properties. One photo, which we are blurring for YouTube, shows the prince in a compromising position on the floor, while another shows him staring directly into the camera. But the real smoking gun is the timeline. Remember when Andrew said he only stayed friends with Epstein out of loyalty and then broke it off? These emails suggest otherwise. We found an email exchange from 2010 after Epstein was a convicted sex offender, where Andrew invites Epstein to Buckingham Palace. Quote, "We could have dinner at Buckingham Palace and lots of privacy." Epstein replies, "She is 26, Russian, clever, beautiful, and yes, she has your email." This destroys the narrative of a distant friendship. This was an active transactional relationship happening inside the walls of the British monarchy after the world knew Epstein was a predator.
Did you in fact commit those acts?
Moving from royalty to tech royalty, Elon Musk has always denied being close to Epstein, famously calling him a creep. But the new files show they were emailing back and forth in 2012 and 2013. In one exchange, Musk asks Epstein, what day/night will be the wildest party on the island? Epstein responds with logistics about helicopter flights. Now, Musk has immediately responded to this release, stating on X, formerly Twitter, that these were polite deflections and that he never actually went to the island. And to be fair, the flight logs in this new dump still do not show Musk on a plane to Little St. James. But the tone of the emails isn't "I'm avoiding you," it's friendly, it's cordial. It suggests Epstein was actively trying to recruit Musk into his orbit. then there's Bill Gates. We already knew about their meetings, but the files confirm Epstein's aggressive attempts to leverage Gates for reputation laundering. The documents show Epstein boasting to others about his access to Gates, using the Microsoft founder as a shiny object to lure in other scientists and academics. And now the big two, Trump and Clinton. Let's be clear, this dump does not contain a client list that implicates either of them in crimes, but it does paint a picture. For Clinton, the files rehash the infamous deposition where a victim states Epstein told her Clinton likes them young. We also have new testimony from aides confirming Clinton's presence on the plane, though he denies ever visiting the island. The files show Epstein and Bannon texting frequently in 2018 and 2019, right up till the end. They were discussing politics, the Federal Reserve, and even a documentary Bannon was supposed to be making to help rehabilitate Epstein's image. Epstein even texted Bannon, "Now you understand why Trump wakes up sweating when he hears you and I are friends." What does that mean? It could be Epstein bragging, it could be blackmail, or it could be nonsense, but it proves that even in 2019, Epstein was not a pariah. He was texting the former chief strategist of the White House. Perhaps the most chilling part of the new files isn't about the parties, it's about the death. The documents reveal that days before he died, Epstein's lawyers were in a room with the FBI discussing a resolution. They were teasing cooperation. An FBI summary notes, defense counsel discussed the possibility of the defendant's cooperation. Epstein was looking to make a deal, and then, days later, he was dead. The files also confirm a bizarre detail about the night his body was removed. To trick the media swarming the jail, staff created a body double. They loaded sheets and boxes onto a gurney, covered it to look like a body, and wheeled it into a van to draw the paparazzi away. Meanwhile, Epstein's actual body was moved in a different vehicle. Here's the reality check. We have 3.5 million pages, but investigators identified over 6 million potential files. That means nearly half the stash is still missing, redacted, or withheld. Victims' lawyers are already saying the release is disorganized and incomplete. They argue the Transparency Act was complied with technically, but the most damning evidence, the videos that were allegedly in Epstein's safe, are still nowhere to be found. This release proves one thing. Epstein wasn't running a secret operation, he was running an open network. Royalty, tech moguls, and presidents were in his inbox. They knew who he was, and they emailed him anyway. We are going to keep digging through these files. If you want to support our investigation, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.